elaborate a bit on each of these 5 points very, very carefully. Okay, now the first one. So a lot of people would ask me, what do you mean by institutional grade? And what is institutional grade? So, given my background as a securitization and derivatives lawyer and a banker, right, from my perspective, if you want the institutions like BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, I was previously also from Morgan Stanley, to come in and play in this space, you're going to have to give them a token that has proper legal rights, interests, and ownership, right? You can't have a token where you cannot pinpoint to any specific documentation that says that you have those rights. If you can't, then it's going to be very difficult for anyone to be able to come in and play this game. Now, having said that, USDT has done such a great job marketing themselves, and I've got to admit, I've held USDT before, but because of that, and I'm using them as a negative example, and I'll explain why. But because it is so widely used, what I do is we would allow people to make payment to us in USDT, but we would definitely off-ramp it as soon as possible. The reason for that is because, and I'm not sure how many of us here in this room has ever held USDT, and I hope you're not still holding USDT, but you should ask yourself a very simple question. USDT claims, Tether claims that they are backed by a portfolio of treasuries and cash deposits and bonds and so on and so forth. But the question is this: can anyone identify the document that says that if I bring a USDT to court, the judge is going to be able to enforce my claim against that portfolio of assets, right? As of today, I have not actually come across any such documentation. So from my perspective, that's the problem with a lot of so-called real-world asset tokenization today. My daughter is actually studying law at